I woke up with the sun shining bright. Grabbed my pack, hit the trail for a hike. Through the woods where the trees are tall, hear the birds, hear the eagles call. Hiking and get high.
All right, I'm here at the Brazil Creek trailhead, and gonna hike in and see if I can find me a nice backpacking or campsite. Not sure how long I'm gonna hike in. The hiking is not the main point today. Gotta do that. So the first challenge is gonna be crossing this creek. It has been raining a lot, so we're gonna see how difficult this is gonna be. Yep, deep water all around. Unless I go that way, that's shallow, but the trail's over there. Let's see. Even that's deep. Crap. Down here might be better. Challenges. Not really better, other than less deep water. That is cool. Yep, it's gonna be water shoes. Oh, yeah, having to do this at the very beginning of the trail kind of sucks. Oh, that's cold. Oh yeah, that is cold, and it is not shallow. That would have gone way over my shoes. Oh, that's chilly water. All right, on the trail again. Just can't wait to get on the trail again. So I'm gonna hike a little bit in the water shoes and give my feet time to dry off. Yeah, gonna have to camp a good long distance from here. Going to be loud all night long around here. So I may or may not be camping where I had planned, since I think where I'd planned is a little close. I could be wrong. But I've already made my steps for the day. Just wandering around the house, packing stuff up and preparing to get out here. It's a little bit later than I had wanted to leave, but I made it. I'm out here and I'm on the trail. So it's all good. Got my 35-pound backpack and starting the hike off in my water shoes. Squishy, squishy. But look at this. This is awesome. I'm not sure what the trail split is. So it looks like the hiking project says it's a just a loop. So both of these trails wind up at the same place a little bit further down the line. So I'm taking the high one. Oh my God. So this is the, for last time I was getting water resupplied from that nice pool there. It looks even better now. All that fresh water coming into it. But I'm going to keep on. I think I see a road. That is not within my plan. I'm going to have to double check the map. Look at that. That is awesome. But yeah, the map's not really showing me anything. Lucky I still had the water shoes on. So it looks like I'm going to be crossing the road. Which, kind of weird. But, okie dokie. Yep, there it is. Yeah, so all the green and stuff came out right there, but I didn't see that and this until just now. So, all right. Looks like someone marked the trail with the ribbons. It's kind of funny because I think I've seen deer tracks. Motorized vehicles are prohibited. All right. So yeah, I'm going to be vastly different than what I'd planned. Feels like I need some water. So I got my second steps in, or double my steps for the day in, and got my Outdoor Vitals sun hoodie up because I don't know, started feeling weird about my head being exposed. But yeah, I signed up for the Outdoor Vitals 100-mile challenge. Do not think I'm going to complete that. I haven't been following the chapters or the modules or whatever, just because I got into a funk, mainly due to the rain. that prevented my last backpacking trip, or two, depending on how serious I was last weekend. So this weekend, I was like, yep, I am backpacking. I'm doing an overnight. It has not gone exactly the way I had planned it, but that's fine. I'm gonna hike 2 or 3 miles this way, probably look for a place to set up camp. It's actually getting, well, it's past noon. I don't know when I'm gonna want to break for lunch, or if I'll just, wait until supper. Because I did eat a half of a cinnamon bun with cream cheese icing on the way down here. Got a little tickle in my throat that's kind of annoying me. Still have my water shoes on. So that log up there looks like a nice place to swap them out. Kind of disheartening that the creek bed I just went through is dry. So finding water for tonight might be interesting. So yeah, I'm going to take advantage of that log and swap into my actual hiking shoes and socks. Well, I am not yet 3 miles in. The 2.4. So the original plan was to hike in 3 miles, turn around, go back to my original camp selection, and that may be what I wind up doing, because so far I haven't seen another water source. So camping next to a water source is pretty important. I have some water, but most of it's drinking water. Don't really have a supply for cooking, which is kind of important. So if I find a water source in the next half mile, I'll probably set up camp here or somewhere close to that water source. Not exactly on it, because other things are going to be wanting that water too. But close enough to it that I can make a short trip, gather some water. You would think there's probably water down there at the bottom of that ravine, but I don't know if I would qualify that as accessible water, as that is a pretty steep hill. Even without a backpack on, might be an issue. So we'll see what happens in the next couple miles, or next half mile. Ooh, that looks promising, actually. All right, there it is. Nice little water source. Some deep pools back there. Probably going to cross another water crossing over here. So, yep. Now to start looking for a campsite. Ooh, that's a cool tree. Yes. All right, got water. Now to get campsite. So this area is tempting, but do not want to camp so close to water, because other things are going to need water and are going to go to that spot to get it. So, well, I found my campsite. Haven't picked out my trees yet, but realized that last place I sat, I left my sit pad. So going back to get it without the heavy backpack on. Man, it's been oh, it's not a short ways. So yeah, going back to get it. All right, well, it wasn't very far. And without the 35-pound backpack on, it was pretty quick. So, although this would have been a pretty cool place to camp, it's a little close to the water, so, or a water source. I don't know, if I really think about it, I may come back here. No, it's too close to the water, because that's a little water source there, and it's right on the trail. So yeah, don't think I'll do that. Don't know if I'm far enough away from the water where I'm setting up camp. What did I get here? Goal for intensity minutes for the week. Probably made that today. And let's see, I'm at 3 times my steps goal, and I think I only reached 1 time my stairs goal. Anyway, see you back at camp. All right, so got my tarp ridge line up. Just put a little toggle there to hold this side on. Down here, ran out of rope, so had a little spare. Just looped it through there, put a little loop on the end here, and tightened it up and pinched it off. So going to use the prusik loops here to hang my tarp. So, gonna change trees because that's right there. And the cool thing, and this is probably gonna drop because I got one hand holding the camera, but for this, as tight as it is, that and it's undone. Just pull it. So I wanted to, make a little video about how you don't have to get the expensive hammocks. Now, some of the stuff I have on my hammock are features that come with more expensive hammocks, but I have Outdoors Way tarp, and I saw some really cool stuff you can do with the little attachment points up on the tarp, so I got stick-on attachment points. So I am letting those bake in, and at some point I may, if the situation calls for it, like I'm having my tarp pitched lower, I can put a stick over the top ridge line there and get some shock cord and go from the stick to those and kind of lift up the inside of the tarp, which is awesome. So, of course, you can also do porch mode with any stick. So on the inside here, and something I had to do today, I had to, hold on. So when I hung up the hammock was a little too tight. So what's good for that? Well, a ridge line. And you do not have to have a expensive ridge line. I have this that I made myself out of Kevlar string. So it's Kevlar string is pretty durable. It has like a 500-pound weight limit. And today I had to adjust it. And you get this little knot here, and I can slide this back and forth to adjust the ridge line. There's not videos all over the internet that will show you how to make this, but under tension, it will not move. And you can see my bug net here. You can see my bug net, which is just a add-on bug net. Works perfectly well. I have a bug net ridge line to go under the tarp to hang that, get that up out of my face. So you don't have to go out and buy the most expensive tarp. And you don't have to go out and buy the most expensive hammock. You can add on as you progress. And with some knots, like these little things are just little loops, I put on here with like a half prusik, because they don't really need to be extremely tight, just to keep the bug net up. And you can slide and adjust these along the ridge line, as you need to. I replaced my carabiners that came with the hammock with some climbing carabiners. They have a little bit higher weight rating as far as shock goes. I hope that translates to actually having to hold my weight. I've slept in it a couple times. So, well, no, I've laid in it a couple times for an extended period. I haven't slept in it yet. That'll be the first time tonight that I'm doing that. And this is the ridge line. It's just tied to the carabiner along with the hammock. Let's see what else. That's it. So I got the prusik knot here to get I can adjust the tautness of the tarp on that line. And the important thing here is the top ridge line has to be larger than the line you do your prusik knot with. Got a little toggle up here. Over here on the other side, had to having it a little bit higher, but I got a toggle over there. There's videos all over the internet, and I'll try and link to some that have instructions on doing knots and everything, which are invaluable, because this is another one where I have it set where it doesn't move under pressure, but I can slide it down if I need to tighten up my lines here. And I have another one on the other end, so from either direction I can dial in the tightness for the lines there. I can shorten them pretty much halfway. I can make them half as long as they are just by sliding those knots and tightening it up. So you don't have to have, you know, extremely expensive equipment to have an ideal hang. All you got to do is have some ingenuity. And yeah, that little twist you saw previously was bothering me, so I undid it and rolled it around till it was straightened out, and now I'm cinching up the bug net. I don't know why I'm cinching up my bug net, because I'm about to put the underquilt on. So it's 4 o'clock, and I've been, you know, just kind of sitting around relaxing after kind of mostly setting up my hammock. Got the underquilt on, got the ridge line tight, you know, set up properly. So I still need to find a place to cook, which needs to be, you know, a fair distance from where I'm sleeping. Don't sleep in the kitchen. And I need to go get some water, which means I need to empty my current drinking water, fill it with my reserve. Maybe if the reserve should be too much for my water bottle, use some of it to fill a pot for boiling water and just set that aside, and then go and get it filter water for filling up the reserve again. But yeah, I think I got a nice spot here. It's not level ground. There is no way you could set a tent up here, because it's a pretty good slope. And yeah, lots of trees, sticks, rocks. Hammock camping, hands down, best in a wooded area. You don't have trees, I hope you can find a flat spot. Or the chances of finding a flat spot if there aren't any trees is a whole lot more than if you're in the woods. So if you're hiking in the woods and backpacking and stuff, definitely take a hammock. I've seen a lot of videos where they say, oh, hammock's just a lot more to do. I don't think that's true. You hang the hammock. I mean, even my pieced together setup. I mean, my hammock is gold armor. I don't even know where I got it. Gold armor is not a well-known brand, so yeah, I don't even know where I got it, but it's functional. It's a double hammock, and it works. So I haven't gotten another one. I got a one tigress underquilt. I'm not entirely certain where I got the bug net. I got a Outdoors Way tarp. The straps, I believe, PSY Outdoors, Psy Outdoors. I got those for the extra weight limit because I used to be a bigger fella. I was up at like 280, 290, and fortunately I have been able to drop down to 220s. Haven't got down to 219 yet. I'm hoping for 200 at 6'3", 6'2", 6'3". I just got paracord for my ridge lines, just random cords. So yeah, this is a pieced together hammock setup that works. I've got a top quilt, but I'm not sure where I got that from. I need another top quilt because the one I have is a little short for me. I got some awesome quilts that you could double as an underquilt. I will put the name over there when I edit this. But the problem with them is I got two. It was a buy one, get one free. So that's kind of why I did it. But they are ginormous, which means packing them in a backpack, it just takes up a lot of room. I packed one of them for this trip to either use as the underquilt or the top quilt, but it just took up too much room. I was also kind of hesitant, and I kept my other underquilt. I should have left one of them out, because it is a lot longer underquilt, and as a tall guy, I need more coverage. But this will work for tonight because it's not going to get down to like, high 40s or low 50s for the lowest temperature. So I should be good. Probably will bring that other underquilt for colder temperatures. But putting two of them in the backpack, it would completely take up my entire 65-liter backpack. Wouldn't have room for clothes or anything. So hopefully I can find some longer underquilts and top quilts that have good coverage and pack smaller. That would be awesome. And I am delaying doing the stuff I got to do. So I'm going to shut up and get to doing it. Well, I have moved up from my campsite just a little bit and set myself up where I'm going to cook. Trying out this little tree table, and so far it kind of sucks. It's very difficult to get strapped onto the tree right. It's leaning downward, but I can at least put my water bottle up there. So anyway, so I got my food bag and I got my cook kit. Got my Toke's water bottle, got some fire starting assistance, my St. Charles County Parks, which has a spoon, a fork, knife, and a straw in there. And my stove is this, the Vargo stainless steel hexagon wood stove. show you what it's like when I get it set up. All right, so there's the setup. You have a little door, build your fire in there, and put your stove on, or put your pot on, boil your water. All awesome. No carrying around fuel canisters and all that good stuff. So, only thing is, you got to have wood for fuel, and you got to know how to start a fire. So I took my knife, made a good bit of wood shavings, put some leaves in there, and I have a good selection of twigs right nearby. So I've got matches, got flint and steel, got all that stuff, but I also have a lighter. So we're gonna have a nice big raging fire here in a few minutes. So yeah, that actually got going pretty dang quick and pretty hot pretty fast. So I had to take some hurry up and get a lot of little thicker sticks that would burn a little bit longer in there. So I don't think that water is going to take very long to heat up. All right, so used my package here as a pot holder to pour the stuff in here. This is a little cook bag that I got. It's a Ziploc. Well, it's not the Ziploc brand, but it zips closed. Added the label, what I put in there. And I also got me some premium white chicken to add in there, since it's chicken fried rice. Stirred it up, and I'm going to give it about 10 minutes. I just checked it and stirred. I think I put a little bit too much water in there, but I'm going to give it another 5 minutes, and I think it's ready to eat. Yep, I put in a little too much water, but all the rice and stuff plumped up very good, and it is time to dig in. So I'm doing one more fire in here after cooking, and it is for a little bit of incense. This is coffee grounds. I'm just gonna sprinkle it in there. It was not supposed to go into my water. Fuck. Oh well, sprinkled coffee grounds in there. Get a little coffee scent to cover up the cooking and food, stuff like that. I've also heard it helps keep bugs away, but I don't know. So I'm gonna let that burn down and get ready to turn in. It's 5:30. I did not expect to have my own personal alarms going off. Oh. I guess I should have. Morning. It's about to be morning. I don't have a view of the sunrise, so I shouldn't be awake before it. Oh well. Guess I'm gonna go ahead and get up. So light-ish outside. Nope. I'm gonna go and see what, if anything, my trail cam captured last night. So yeah, last night was pretty interesting. Out here in the middle of the woods, and, I kept hearing, I don't know, some kind of engine noise. But I mean, right now it's just birds and wind. It's a little chilly. I don't know what exactly the temperature is, but I'm staying in touch with T-Mobile and their partnership with Starlink, SpaceX. Got in on the beta program for that, which is awesome. And it showed up like yesterday or day before yesterday. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. I'll have a chance to test it out. And I do. And I'm able to send text messages, which is pretty awesome. All right, so there's my whole campsite. Got my hammock, see the tarp ridge line there, bug net, underquilt. Got my backpack up off the ground with the strap there, and off in the distance over there, that's my food bag hanging up. Oh, and that red on the tree there, that's the water, the Seanock. All right, so I try to pack my backpack in kind of phyllo, first in, last out. So the top quilt is already in there. The next things that go in are the rope kit, which I got to do that, and I'll show you that here in a second. And my little extra length of Kevlar string. Water kit, got to drain that. Got my food bag, my cook kit, and the hygiene kit goes in there. But I wanted to show you something first. And that is how I manage that. All right, so this is pretty much a mess of string. I got a loop on this end, and it is just a long, long piece. So this is actually, I learned it as an electrician's trick. Put a loop here, come under, and repeat. You just pull up a bite, put another one in there. Hold on. That even happened. All right, getting to the end here. So it's a electrician's trick because I first learned it as a way to store extension cords. that you're using on the job site. But this works pretty much for anything. So at the end here, just do the last few, and I'm going to tie it off to the other end so it stays as a loop. But for an extension cord, you just plug it in. So when you go to use it, you can pull out just as much as you need and still leave the other where it's not going to be too unwieldy. The cool thing about it is it doesn't tangle. For some reason, it doesn't tangle. What that reason is, I do not know. But I'm just gonna loop it up there, bundle it up because it's not gonna tangle, and put it in my cordage bag. All right, I am doing a field re-engineer of my backpack. So I have in the bottom portion here, I had my tarp, which was pretty much the first thing I put up, which meant getting to that bottom portion. So now, since all the backpacking videos that I've seen have said that the bottom of the backpack is for your sleeping bag, I put the top quilt in there along with a Tyvek doormat, which I couldn't use last night because I set it up over there, and as soon as I stepped on it, the whole thing wanted to slide down the hill. So the Tyvek doormat pretty much requires level ground to be functional. Anyway, so I'm putting the top quilt, which is equivalent to the sleeping bag, in the bottom portion. Then I'm going to put in all of the stuff, the food bag, the cook kit, the water kit, cordage, hygiene kit. Then I'm going to put in the tarp and the hammock. The hammock includes the bug net. So I think that's going to make a better backpack experience, possibly. I also have the hand chainsaw in the bottom compartment too. I'm also going to put the electronics probably in there in the backpack, since I pretty much don't use that unless I'm at camp. It has my charging cables in it, so I might have to put a charging cable in the brain, but yeah, we'll see how that works out. I think I definitely should have brought the bigger underquilt last night. Think that would have worked out better. Not sure, but do need to reevaluate my my gear choice. I did forget to bring my camp clothes. So that would have maybe added a little bit of warmth. But I mean, really, I actually had to take stuff off at the beginning of the night. So I didn't really even need the top quilt until after midnight. And then it wasn't until about 4 o'clock that it got chilly. But it's still a little chilly. Anyway, packing up, breaking down, about to head out. All right, that's where my campsite was. Doesn't look like there's a trace there now. And I am headed out. All right, I just put my backpack on for the 3rd time and haven't been more than a half mile. Actually, I've been 0.4 miles. So yeah, had that the Outdoor Vitals warm hoodie, and it got warm. It was I much needed it earlier this morning, but once you start moving, that gets a little too much too quick. Whew. So camp is packed up, a little less than a half mile from campsite, and headed back to the car. So yeah, I don't know if anything will come up between here and there, but if it doesn't, y'all have fun hiking.
Woke up with the sun shining bright. Grabbed my pack, hit the trail for a hike. Through the woods where the trees are tall.
It's for your backpack.
Hear the birds, hear the eagles call. I can get high. The streams running wild, time passes by. Hammock swings where the forest sighs. Get high on the mountains, chasing the skies.